All right. Complacency, the military we talked about it a lot. We said complacency kills. And it's true. Complacency will kill your finances. It'll kill your marriage. It'll kill your success. Complacency will kill your life. It's like quicksand. You'll stand in it. It's nice and soft. And the next thing you know, one day you're fucking stuck and you can't get out of that thing. You're overweight. You're broke. You're divorced. And you hate your life. You're in a job that you're not fulfilled with. So we all want to stay out of complacency, right? So in this video, let's talk about how do we identify that we're in complacency and how the hell do we stay out of it? How do we stay out of complacency? Well, let's talk about how to identify whether we're in it. It's very simple. I think all we have to really do is look in the mirror, man. You know you're getting complacent if you look in the mirror and you don't respect you. That is the best accountability tool, because when you don't respect yourself, that means you started slipping on the daily disciplines that made you feel good and out of complacency, right? Like when you wake up early and you eat correctly and you stay structured with your diet and your training, all this simple shit that we all know makes us feel our best. When you do those things, you feel really good and you keep improving, you keep evolving. But when you don't do those things, you don't read, you don't stay sober, you don't eat correctly, when you're lazy, you actually start to hate yourself. And then when you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, I don't respect that motherfucker. You ever take a picture of yourself, or maybe a selfie, and you had a bad attitude, and then you saw that picture or that video and you looked at yourself and you looked down on yourself, and it was because of your own perception? Well, our own internal, we see ourselves as we see ourselves in the way that we believe about ourselves, right? Like there's that saying, I'm not who you think I am. I'm not what I think I am what I think you think I am. So what that means is, when we look at ourselves, we base our perception of ourselves off of what we think others think about us. I know that's kind of, maybe rewind that and listen to that again. But the whole point is that when we follow through and we take these daily actions that make us feel good, we look in the mirror and we're proud of that person. And so we have a strong self-image in that example. And we respect ourselves in that example. So how do we know if we're in complacency? Well, we look in the mirror, and if we don't respect ourselves, we're starting to slip. But people will avoid the mirror, just like people avoid the scale. People avoid accountability massively, but they crave accountability massively. How many people do you know that want to stay out of complacency? How many people do you know that want to stay in shape? How many people do you know that want to keep always growing, but they don't hold themselves accountable to those standards? They avoid them. They don't step on the scale, like I said. They don't track their food. They don't do the things required to keep themselves accountable. They want everybody else to handhold and keep them accountable. That's the truth, man. That's the truth of human being nature. So we have to as leaders, we have to keep ourselves accountable. We have to be able to, every single day we wake up, look in the mirror, step on the scale, own our mistakes, own our flaws, and be able to be proud that we're actually holding ourselves accountable, even if the day before our actions weren't perfect. You can still, when you take accountability for yourself, even if you had imperfect actions, you actually start to look at yourself like you're proud of you. So how do we tell if we're falling into complacency? Number one is we need to look in the mirror and just take that quick self-check, that spot check. Do we respect us? And if we don't, we get to work. And then how do we pull ourselves out of complacency if we're in it? Well, I was at this networking thing. I met a couple of friends earlier today. One guy was a friend, and the other one he was introducing me to another guy. And these guys were very financially successful, and one of them was in the mergers and acquisition space, and I think his exit was close to 9 figures or something like that. But we started talking about what really drives a person to the next level, and community came up, the topic of community. And this has been on my mind heavily lately, because I feel like it's an area that I need to work on in my own program with my own people. The fact is that the world is craving community and connection. We're all stuck behind these devices, and these devices like cell phones, YouTube, stuff like that, these things make us fall into complacency. They make us distracted from the things that we know we need to do. But community and connection, when we're around driven, focused people that want to make each other better, that's a system in itself that keeps us growing. So what's the key to keeping ourselves out of complacency? Well, community. Community is absolutely and accountability. When I was in the regiment, they used to say that every single day you went to work, you were still basically assessing to be a ranger, like something along those lines. It felt like every time you went in to the ranger regiment, you were trying to prove that you belonged there. Like for me personally, I was scared every single day that I was going to lose my job. That community and that connection caused me to never get into complacency. I was always trying to improve myself, even though I did have some drinking habits when I was in there. I was drinking too much. I wasn't as disciplined as I should have been. But the thing is, the thing that kept me out of the complacency was the community. It was the culture. So in your life, where do you have community and culture that's keeping you out of complacency? Or are you around a bunch of people that just tolerate the habits that you don't like about yourself? The overeating, the drinking, the things that when you look in the mirror, cause you to not respect you. So complacency will absolutely destroy our lives. It'll cause us to get fat. It'll cause us to go broke. It'll cause us to get divorced. It'll cause us to hate ourselves. It'll destroy our self-worth. So let's stay out of complacency and let's focus on, number one, waking up, or right now, go in the mirror and look at yourself and ask yourself if you respect you. Go do a quick inventory on whether or not you're complacent. I'm going to be doing the same shit with you guys. Okay, this is not me lecturing you. This is us doing it together. So I'm going to go take inventory, and then I'm going to work on my community. That's why I'm talking to you guys directly on YouTube. You guys are my people. I'm building a relationship with you. We have an obligation with one another to be growth focused and to pick one another up. So I'm going to be focused on connection with you guys. I'm going to be focused on connection on Instagram. I'm going to be focused on connection with my Conquer Academy students. And I'm going to be focused on building my community, because I'm not going to be in fucking complacency. I refuse to go there. Let's do this together, guys. Let's refuse to settle and always keep climbing. Conquer all.